Well, that'll all change in a moment.
William Willmore is considered by some to be the original founder of what would become Long Beach. Although tenacious, Mr. Willmore's dream was not destined to become reality. He spent his final years as a boarder with Mrs. Ida Crowe, a kind-hearted woman who took him in. Scott Ringwelski channels the somewhat befuddled Mr. Willmore. This is Scott's fifth appearance with the cemetery tour, and he is always a crowd favorite. His previous incarnations include Dr. Ree, James Hartwell, and Port Commissioner Glenn Clark. For the past several years, Mary Hinds has portrayed Mrs. Marsh and has enlightened guests with her knowledge of local history and cemetery symbolism. Mary has been a reporter, a teacher, and worked for the late U.S. Congressman Steve Horn. Mr. Willmore, Mrs. Crowe, may I introduce you to your audience?
Welcome! Welcome one and all. I am William Irwin Willmore, and welcome to Willmore City.
Oh dear. Mr. Willmore, you're a little confused today, dear. It must be the heat, all of our guests.
What?
This isn't Willmore City, dear.
No?
It's Long Beach.
Whoa, when did that happen?
A long time ago, dear.
Long Beach.
I'm afraid our dear Mr. Willmore is a little confused today. He spent way too much time in Texas and Arizona in that intense heat, and he got sunstroke. He's got a little battered. Oh, my goodness, my manners. I'm so sorry. I failed to introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Ida Crowe. And Mr. Willmore is my guest living in my home at 5th Street and American Avenue. Though I've been told, I think you now call American Avenue a very elegant name, Long Beach Boulevard. But it's my great honor to have Mr. Willmore as a guest in my home, because after all, Long Beach was his idea. Oh, Mr. Willmore, Mr. Willmore.
Hi.
Mr. Willmore, I think our guests would like very much to hear your story. Can you come and tell us?
All right, I'll do it.
Thank you, dear.
I was born in 1844 in England. And my mother died when I was 10. And at age 11 in 1855, my father bought tickets to an ocean liner, and we traveled across the Atlantic Ocean to New York City to start a new life, and died shortly thereafter. In 1869, they completed the Transcontinental Railway clear across the continent, and I thought I'd go on an adventure. So in 1870, I bought tickets, and I traveled out to Sacramento. When I arrived there, I bought steamship tickets to travel down the river, down the coast, and I ended up in Wilmington, California.
Oh dear, Mr. Willmore. No, here. Wilmington.
Wilmington, California. And I traveled overland to visit the Anaheim colony.
Oh, no, dear.
I knew that.
Anaheim was an agricultural community founded by the Germans in 1850. Oh, Mr. Willmore, our guests. Right here, dear.
Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you'd gone off to. As I was hiking out to Anaheim, I was going down Anaheim Road, and I looked across as I stopped to rest and saw the wildflowers and the ocean beyond, and I had a vision, a dream of a great city.
But Mr. Willmore lacked the resources to make that imagined city a reality. So he moved on up the coast to Oregon and Washington.
but I never gave up my dream. It became my true love, my passion. And in 1876, that was the year of the centennial and Custer's last stand, I came back down to Southern California. And in 1876, I got a position with the California Immigrant Union. Now that was a group that was taking the large ranchos and helping to subdivide them into smaller ranches and farms in anticipation of all the people they thought would be coming out to California. And in 1876, I got a position with the Coastal Division for Los Cerritos, Rancho Los Cerritos, which means that my dream was coming into focus. I created a map of a town near the ocean and a farming community just beyond. A farming community I called the American Colony. And in an interview with Benjamin Truman from the LA Express newspaper, he saw my passion for my town and he thought I should name it Willmore City. And I humbly agreed. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
Why, yes, it does, dear. Now, Mr. Willmore's city was becoming a reality. The California Immigrant Union had engaged Mr. Charles Healy to survey the plans that Mr. Willmore had drawn up, and the survey and the plans were registered with the county of Los Angeles.
I contracted with Jotham Bixby, who was the owner of Rancho Los Cerritos, that was in August of 1882, for 4,000 acres. And I had until June of 1884 to sell enough parcels of land to pay for the deal. That meant that I had 2 years to take care of the business. And see, the Bixbys were a very powerful family, and we wanted to stay on their good side. And I knew that Margaret Bixby, Jotham's wife, and her sister Martha, very prominent and outspoken members of the Women's Christian Temperance Union.
And they did not care for alcohol at all.
No, they didn't. So I had a plan. I declared Willmore City would be a temperance town. No devil liquor served within its boundaries. I advertised nationally that Willmore City was a dry town. Except for a couple of hotels because, tourist travelers, they like to have their spirits just before they finally lay down for the night. That last sentence has nothing to do with where we are. But you see, the thing was that this should have been a developer's dream. I mean, look at this. We live in paradise. Beautiful weather all the time. We've got the ocean right there. We've got miles of sandy, beautiful beaches. We have natural artesian springs. We have fertile soil. And after 2 years, only 12 buildings were built. I couldn't understand what went wrong.
Poor Mr. Willmore. He couldn't make the payments to Mr. Bixby, so he had to abandon his dream and the city named for him.
Barbarians were at the gate. I had to turn over my town, my true love, to strangers. I was angry and bitter, and I took what I had left and I went in 1884 out to Texas and to Arizona to try to develop land out there. And I couldn't understand why I wasn't successful. I mean, why wouldn't people come from the east even just for the better weather?
Well, as they say, timing is everything. Back in Willmore City, things were beginning to pick up.
Oh, in 1888. A new railroad. The Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. I feel a song coming on.
No, Mr. Wilmore. No, please.
They created a route into Los Angeles.
And with all of these railways coming to Los Angeles, there was competition, which meant lower prices.
My predictions were finally coming to pass. Yeah, people from all over the U.S. were flooding into Southern California, but it didn't matter to me. I had no more land to sell. Angry, and I was bitter, and I couldn't believe it.
Poor Mr. Willmore. Things just had to get better for him. But did they?
No. They actually had a contest to change the name of the town. And Belle Lowe, the wife of the hardware store owner, she won the contest. She suggested they name it after the Long Beach, the very thing that inspired me in the first place. Oh, it hurts dearly. And I was never successful in business. I failed in every endeavor I had. And they said in Arizona I suffered from some severe sunstroke. But don't you believe it? No, I was unsuccessful in every business venture I ever got involved in. Every endeavor, I was just a failure. They found me in a boxcar in California, and I became an inmate at the Los Angeles County Penal Farm in Dallas.
Yes, that was a place for the poor and the insane. And it exists today, but I'm told it has a much different purpose. I believe you call it Rancho Los Amigos Rehabilitation Center.
I was very poor in wealth, but I was rich in friends. And some locals found me there, and they extricated me from my indentured servitude and brought me back to my town, my true love. And they tried to set me up with a fruit stand down on Pine Avenue, and I was even unsuccessful with that. I don't understand. I mean, look at these beautiful oranges. Wouldn't you like to buy one?
Mr. Willmore, this is an apple, and I think things are living in it.
Apple.
Poor Mr. Willmore. He spent his last days wandering the streets of Long Beach. When people would see him, they would greet him and ask, "How are you doing, Mr. Willmore?" And he'd respond,
Lingering, I'm just lingering. Fortunately for me, Mrs. Ida Crowe. Oh, hi, Mrs. Ida Crowe. How are you doing today? Having a good day.
I am.
Oh, good. Well, have a good day. Where was I? Oh, Mrs. Ida Crowe. If you met her, you'd know her. Lovely lady. She knew that I wanted to spend my remaining years in my town with my true love. And so she very kindly set up a room at the back of her home, which was at 5th and American Avenue, which is Long Beach Boulevard.
And it was there, shortly after the turn of the century in 1901, that our dear Mr. Willmore passed away on January the 16th. He was 57 years old.
They brought me here, this new cemetery, summarily, unceremoniously, and anonymously put me there in this obscure part of the cemetery. I was neglected and left unknown for a dozen years until 1913, when the ladies from the Signal Hill Civic League, they came out and euphemistically dug me up and presented me with this great grand tombstone that I have today. I sacrificed everything for my town. Everything. I never married, never had a wife, never raised a family, never had children, never owned a house, never had a home, never had a career, never was successful in business. The only possessions I ever had were the clothes that I wore. That was it. In the end, I lost my town. I lost my health. I lost my sanity. That piece of dirt is the only property I ever owned in my life. And that tombstone, that's the only possession I ever had. coming 12 years after I passed. But you know what? I'm a permanent resident in my town. My true love. I am successful.
It was through the efforts of the ladies of the Signal Hill Civic League that people began to remember and appreciate our dear Mr. Willmore. But I'm told that in the 1920s, a magnificent apartment building, 11 stories high, was constructed downtown and called the Willmore Building. And the Willmore Historic District was created around the land that Mr. Willmore had originally surveyed. So while our dear Mr. Willmore is gone, he is not forgotten.
If you seek my legacy, it's not there. Step to the top of the hill and look around, and you will see a magnificent, grand city I never could have imagined, even in my wildest dreams, but I was the first to dream of a city here. That is my legacy. And so as you part today, my only question to you is, what will be your legacy?
Thank you very much for coming.